What's up everyone, Galvacam23 back again with another video, and in this video I'm going to be reviewing the first release from a brand new British Blu-ray distributor, Signal One Entertainment. Now themselves sent me this Blu-ray to review, and I thought I'd unbox it as well. So yeah, I'm proud to bring their releases to my channel. I'll be hopefully reviewing all their releases. I've got a few Blu-rays from them. I'll be doing a separate video for each, where I will be doing both an unboxing and a review of the disc itself. So yeah, the first release and the first actual release from this company is the little girl who lives down the lane. Now I'm going to admit I'd never heard of this film before now. But I'm not quite sure why, because one of Jodie Foster's kind of first roles, and Martin Sheen's in it as well. Looks like a really decent thriller, and yeah, here is the Blu-ray itself. So yeah, we'll unbox this first, so yeah, let's get going. The first thing you'll notice is clearly the front cover, where we have a theatrical poster for the film. Alone in that house, enveloped by fear. You have the cast on the side there. We have Jodie Foster, Martin Sheen, Alexis Smith as Mrs. Hallett, Mort Schumann and Scott Jacoby. Have the 15 rating on the bottom left, and we have the Signal One Entertainment logo in the top left. So yep, here is the spine. Again, we have the title, we have the Signal One Entertainment logo on the top, we have the MGM logo and the 15 certificate on the bottom, and we turn it round, and here we have the synopsis, which I will read out. Rin Jacobs, Jodie Foster, is a smart 13-year-old girl who lives in a secluded house that she and her father rent. After a number of locals come calling, they find that Rin's father is never around. Suspicions are soon aroused, and members of the community, including the local police officer, Mort Schumann, and the landlord's sleazy son, Martin Sheen, make it their business to pry into Rin's affairs. But how far will she go to hide the truth? Featuring an outstanding performance by young Jodie Foster, this dark and unsettling film was released the same year as her other critically acclaimed hits Taxi Driver and Bugsy Malone. And here we have some shots from the film. And then we have the credit block, and then we have the extra features. Not exactly loaded, but it's still for a first release to get a commentary. Whether it's a new commentary, I'm not 100% sure. But anyway, extra features, we have high definition transfer, we have audio commentary by DVD Delirium's Nathaniel Thompson and Tim Greer, and we also have a original theatrical trailer. We have the technical specs on below that. We have it's from 1976, it's 92 minutes. It is 1:85:1 aspect ratio, it is in colour, it is 1080p, it is 24 frames per second, it has a LPCM audio, and also English hard of hearing subtitles. Then we have the bottom, again we have the MGM logo on the bottom there, and also the Signal One logo on the bottom. And we have the fact that it's region B locked, unfortunately. So unless you have a region free player anywhere outside the UK or Germany or wherever region B Blu-rays are the norm, we'll have to won't be able to get it, unfortunately, but there you go. 15 doesn't say why. Obviously suitable only for persons of 15 years and over. So yep, there we have the box. So let's have a look inside. This fucking thing. So here is the front with the plastic taken off, again just as you'll see with the plastic on. So open it up, well that's nice, we have the disc itself, which actually has some artwork, which is very nice to see. Same as the artwork on the front, but it's still very nice. Pop that there. So take the sleeve out for a second. So it, excuse me. So we also have some authoring kind of Blu-ray credits. We have disc authoring, David Mackenzie. Sleeve design, Graham Humphreys, I did not know that, brilliant. Nathaniel Thompson and Tim Greer, DVD Delirium, thanks to Melanie Tibb, Jennifer Rome and Alistair Leach, Hollywood Classics. We also have an email address, we have their Twitter and also their Facebook page. And here we have a spread of the other releases from them. So we have River's Edge, On the Beach, Hidden Agenda, The Honeypot, The Last Embrace, Mr. Majestic, we have Cherry 2000, we have Doc, we have Gas, and we have The Trip. So yeah, they're from some of the future releases that they will be releasing. So yeah, pop the sleeve right back into here. So very nice sleeve design, I will give them that. Even as a first release, I'm very pleased with this. So pop the disc back in. Yeah, there is the overall package, but what about the disc? Well, let's have a look. So yeah, the film itself is an interesting one. It's a Canadian production, filmed Canada-France co-production, filmed in Canada. Very young Jodie Foster, a young Martin Sheen, and people I've never heard of, and it's got a Stephen King kind of Cape Fear sort of vibe to it. It's got some horror aspects, it's got like straight up drama, it's got kind of tension, it's got that kind of, I don't know, that's that really interesting kind of tone to it. It's kind of, I don't know, it's meanders along kind of. It's not a bad film by any means, but it didn't grip me as much as I wanted it to. It's quite slow at times. Jodie Foster again is really good in a very kind of interesting role. Obviously she was very young, but it is quite interesting because like I mentioned before, this Bugsy Malone and Taxi Driver came out in the same year. Which one she filmed first, I'm not quite sure, but so she had quite an interesting year that year, doing all or at least kind of having all those films being released in the same year. So that's always good. The performances were good. Couple of the bit players, it's very. I mean, I was not surprised at all to find out that it was made into a play afterwards, or whether it was afterwards or whether it was based on a play. I think it was kind of, but a screenplay. I think it was based on I think the guy who wrote the book. The screenplay was written by him, and it doesn't surprise me that it was made into a play. It's very that kind of that stage. I know that stage kind of vibe to it. It's quite a lot of it is based in this one house where kind of different characters come in and out at different times. But it's an interesting film. Not one I'd watch too many times afterwards, I don't think, but it was interesting enough for what it was. I didn't kind of think I wasted my time watching it, but it wasn't anything too special. As regards to the transfer, pretty damn good actually. Textures had a lot of kind of pop to it. Hair and fibres had a lot of very fine detail. Now I've said many times before that I am not a straight up videophile. You know, if something looks good to me, it looks good, and if I think it looks bad, it looks bad. I'm not one of the people who likes or thinks that this like the too much DNR or whatever. I quite like a decent amount of grain. You know, I do understand that kind of sometimes that kind of masks not very much detail. You know, I kind of know the basics, but not kind of like the real kind of nitty gritty down to it. But it looked pretty damn good to me for a first effort by a company. It's really good. I mean, even some transfers. I mean, the second site transfer of TCM last year, I didn't think were, obviously I say I'm not a videophile, so I don't kind of know what the difference is, but to me it didn't look that good. There was a lot of grain and it was quite hard to make out what was happening some of the time. If I would be watching it for the first time, I would have thought, what the hell's going on some of the time? But this was really good. You know, I don't know, like say when it gets kind of proper reviews where people say that it's like DNR to hell, whether there's too much grain, not enough detail, I don't know. But to me, it looked really good. The audio, a couple of the kind of outdoor scenes, the audio wasn't quite as good as some of the scenes. But I think that's more down to kind of like the source material than it is the actual transfer. But yeah, the disc itself has a pretty standard kind of static menus. It just has play film, setup, extra features. Of course, the extra features do include a commentary. I haven't listened to all of it, but listened to about half an hour of it. Really interesting from two guys who know about the film. I don't think they were kind of involved in the film, but I think like a website or a kind of a publication that they have kind of know about the film quite a bit. From what I listened to, it was very interesting. Kind of the background about the fact that, you know, it was filmed in Canada. It had that it was very low budget. That kind of that films from Canada had that kind of, the kind of the faculties that kind of like Canadian films had at that time in the mid 70s. It came out in 1976. But yeah, I thought the transfer was very good. You also get a trailer in there as well, which is quite interesting. Like I say, it was not a film I'd watched kind of too many times afterwards, but it was a decent film. Again, Martin Sheen plays this really creepy kind of paedophilic kind of character really well, but he's a horrible character. You also get kind of his mother played by, wasn't it, Alexis Smith as Mrs. Hallett. She was pretty good in it as well as in her kind of limited screen time. I'm not going to give any spoilers away, but it's a very kind of interesting twist kind of like halfway through the film, which I thought was, I mean, I did see it coming, I did see kind of some of it coming, but I didn't kind of know the whole details. But I thought the twist was very good as well. So all in all, I thought a very solid first effort from Signal 1 Entertainment. I like the transfer, the film was decent, the acting was good, the package is good. I mean, you wouldn't really want that many more special features than you already get. Yeah, so I would have happily have paid full price for this. Very recommend picking it up. Maybe wait till it's a bit cheaper. I don't think it's quite that kind of full price caliber. I do think that it's about, I think $8.99 on Amazon is definitely a good price to get it at. Any more than that, I'd say kind of leave it, or kind of wait till it is down in price. But I thought it was very decent. Like I say, very good first effort from Signal 1 Entertainment. So yeah, that'll about do for this review. So more reviews coming in the future. And so until then, please rate, comment and subscribe, and have a great day.